So, hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yashab Barakatah. Before I get this lesson started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh. Ba'Shem Yashab, Ba'Shem Barakatah, double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone from where I learned from. And the shalom to the hope of elect, taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yahshua to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Adah. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to say I'm going to try. I'm going to do this. Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the gold wedge of Ophir. Hold on. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 11. Yahushua speaking to the fourth beast, getting ready to set the earth back in order, actually for the first time at this level since everything started, which has to do with making the man more precious than gold. And I want to say that there is a portion for Yahweh, the Most High, including the right and the left hand, with Yahweh Shai sitting at the right hand on the throne of David, the highest exalted son of Yahweh. Of course, the 144,000 chosen and the 1/3 hopefully elect, right? But the man being made precious than fine gold it's Yahweh with Yahweh Shai as the face. This is, oh man, I'm going to do this. 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 I will make a man because he is, so everything is him first, right? He's the head. Yahweh is Yahweh Shai's head. And Yahweh Shai is the head of the hopefully elect. And the hopefully elect are the head nation of the planet Earth of all the other nations. This is the order. I will make a man more precious than fine gold. I will make Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, more precious than fine gold. Even a man than the golden wedge. Even Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yoshai than the golden wedge of Ophir. And when Yahweh Shai is sent back, this is second Esdras chapter 13, but it's also Isaiah 63 verses 1 through 4. It's Revelations 12. It's Yahweh Shaphat. It's the mountain of truth. There's so much going on, man. This is at the end. This is nearing the end of Jacob's trouble, which is what? The flames, the fire that the 1/3 is being brought through. The 2/3 were destroyed. Esau's destroyed. The entire earth has been burnt up and purged, or it's about to be burnt up and purged, right? And as the hopefully elect have been going through Jacob's trouble, they've been going through the fire, the straight gate, right? They've been in the last portion of their refining process, the beautification process, the process of fire that we also see in the book of Esther. I'm going to try to pull that up, where the women are being presented, they are being prepared to meet the king with oils and incenses and spices 12 months before he even touches them. So they're going through a process. They're going through a purification process, and it's a type and shadow of what Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua is doing. I will set them in order before thine eyes. He's doing with the elect. Isaiah 13 and 12 again. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Look, you guys, ain't no man going to be more precious on the earth without the knowledge of Yahweh, without the global understanding of who Yahweh is and who Yahweh Shai is. This is what this is also going into. It's not just him restoring us in our position and women underneath us, because that is the order. We are the head of women. Women are not our head, man. All right? But we are not the head of Yahweh Shai. Right? And Yahweh Shai is not the head of his father. There's an order. There's a wonderful, wonderful order in all of this. And Yahweh has to be enthroned on the earth the way he is in his chariot in the north, high up in the heights, And Yahushua has to be enthroned on the earth the same way he is seated at his Father's right hand, bro. And it's all concealed right now. This is 2 Esdras 11, verse 37. And I beheld, and lo, as it were a roaring lion chased out of the wood. And I saw that he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle and said, 38, hear now, I will talk with thee. Listen, Yahushua is all we see. We see him in the chariot. We see the other Elohim with him in the chariots. No one sees Yahweh. Yahweh is seated on his throne, right? Yahushua is the face of Yahweh. He's the wisdom of the Most High. He's the face. He's who you're going to see. So even when we see the scars on the body of Yahushua, those are Yahushua's scars, bro. But Yahushua is also the representation. If you've seen me, you've seen the Father. Those are also Yahweh's scars. What from what? This whole time of him teaching us judgments in the place under the sun, which is the earth, where adultery took place. Adultery does not and cannot take place up in the heavens, where the Most High is seated. It cannot take place at his right hand, and it cannot take place at his left hand. It does not take place at his right hand, and it does not take place at his left hand. The only place it can take place, and it was only for a season, which was thousands of years off and on, was all the times that we did it down here on the earth, so that Yahweh could show his judgments. And in order to show his judgments in his deep, great wisdom, he knew he would have to take the hit or take the cut or the wound of adultery. Have you guys, has anybody ever felt the sting of what it's like to be cheated on by a woman you love? I'm not talking about a woman that you don't care about or a woman you think you love. Have you ever felt what it's like to go through that and then to go through it over and over again? Not just one time, multiple times. Have any of you tasted that scourge? Have any of you been able to taste what Hosea went through when the Most High ordered Hosea to the prophet Hosea, bro, to marry a prostitute and then named all the children after the whoredoms of Yasharallah? This theme is all throughout the scriptures, you guys. All of this is the wisdom of the Most High, man. He thought this up. Well, let's go to 2 Esdras. Look at 2 Esdras. We're going to pull up. Look at 2 Esdras, bro. 2 Esdras chapter 6. Let's, some of these Bible apps I got, man, they be tripping out. It's too much. I just want to read scriptures. I don't want advertisement. So let's go to 2 Esdras. So 2 Esdras chapter 6. It's only the first couple of 2 Esdras chapter 6. I remember when I read this, I was like, oh my God, this is ancient. Look at this. And he said unto me, in the beginning, this is the Most High speaking through Uriel to the prophet Esdras, expressing an ancient time. And he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or even the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid. Before, that's 3 times before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established. Here's the 4th time, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together. That's telling you something. And these angels are the powers, you guys. So this is inside, deep inside the heart, the lob of Yahweh. Okay, that you can ascribe some of this even before Yahushua, man. And Yahushua is ancient. He's the firstborn of creation. There is a time period where it was just Yahweh, you guys. This is fire, man. Before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up. Before, it's like 5 or 6 times now, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimney in Sion were hot, and ere the present years were sought out, or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure, then did I consider these things. He's giving you a glimpse into his mind, into his heart, as he sat on his throne, as he walked, however the situation was, and he's going through the plans, and he's going over and over, and how he's gonna, you see, just God, he's got all these plans, and in those plans is, yes, Yahushua is going to be the firstborn. He's going to be my face. He's going to redeem the elect. I'm going to make all these nations. They're going to be a right hand expression, a left hand expression. I got to create a place where sin, transgression of a law that I'm going to author out a law, a conduct, a behavior, and I'm only going to give it to a select few. The rest will be on the left-hand side. And there's going to be consequences, of course, to these laws when they're transgressed. And it can only be expressed in this place. And the ultimate of all of these transgressions will be the marital covenant being broken through adultery. I'm the only God. I'm the only power. There is no other power but me. You cannot work. And I'm only going to select one nation out of all the nations that I want to share all this with. To add to the uniqueness and to the exclusivity of how this covenant works. Right? He's doing all this. And in his wisdom, he understood that in order for me to show my nation, to show the nations how bad these things are, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to break the law. They're going to have to commit adultery. And this starts with Adam and Eve. Adam is Yahushua. Eve is his wife, but she's a type and shadow of who? The elect, the wife, later. Most High provides a skin, right, to cover Adam's transgression, and Eve gets the skin because of her marriage to Adam. Same like how we are now with Yahushua. Yahweh provides the skin. Yahweh, through the prophets, provides a coat of skin for Adam, right? Then all throughout, we see what's happening with Yahushua, Isaac, King Solomon, Malak Tazadakia, then Yahushua, all the prophets, everything's talking about Yahushua, the Passover, all of it, bro. All of this, right? Yahweh is on his throne. He's the only one who has not and will not ever sin. The left-hand Elohim don't sin either, but they're the expression of Yahweh, right? I'm saying all this to show you, look. So we go back over here. So now Yahushua is coming. And bro, it's so much more than this. But the redemptive work out of all the works, this one involves blood. Yahushua had to die to redeem us up out of this, right? And he also knows, because he himself also transgressed when he was King Solomon. You got to understand the devastation, how Yahushua had to deal with that when he read out his own story. Like, I'm going to go down there and sin against you. Because at one time, the elect were the elect, and they didn't transgress, and they were reading the stories, and they knew we're going to go down there and live out these theatrical lives so that Yahweh gets all this glory in showing his judgments. But if you think about it, Yahweh still got cheated on, man. We committed adultery against someone that really no one can commit adultery against when they're in his presence, because he's so powerful, bro. He had to create a place for it to happen. And his wisdom thought this up. You guys, no one wants to get cheated on, man, especially someone that shouldn't be cheated on, bro. Yahweh is a man of war, right? It's weird when you see a dude that's like a dude's dude, and he has a chick, and then she goes and does some weird shit on him with another guy. It's like what the fuck is that, man? It's like weird. You know what I mean? It's not fitting. That's That's what we did. That's what's been going on this whole time, bro. So the man that needs to be made more precious than gold in this place is Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Because they're not. He's not. And it's also part of his plan that it hasn't been like that because he's sovereign. But we understand what that's like now as Hebrew Israelite men walking around in a world where we're on the bottom and nobody has respect for us. Nobody, honors us. I mean, what does it say in Wisdom of Solomon 5? Then shall the righteous man stand in boldness. Let's get it. Because why is this written? Because that is also that also is true about us. Let's get it. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. Why are all these precepts, man? They govern everything, bro. Wisdom of Solomon 5. Look, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. This is everything. This isn't just us as husbands, as fathers, as sons. This is anything and everything that we have. We are the salt of the earth. Every aspect about us is a vibrational spice. It's a vibrational flavor enhancing. It's a vibrational. What does salt do? It's also a sanitizer. You can do saltwater flushes with Himalayan salt or baking soda, and you can drink that solution, and it will go right through your bowels and rinse you out. Salaki for the intense information. You can use salt. You can use baking soda as I use it for your armpits. It's a sanitizer. It prevents. It's a preserver. It prevents death. Yahweh Shai said this is what we are. And this is who we've always been. It's in our DNA. And yet we're living in a world where anything and everything that we do is just not acknowledged the right way. In fact, it's gleaned and stolen. And people take from us consistently because, our literal sweat glands are just producing creativity everywhere we go. And everyone is there just collecting like a bunch of fucking aphids. I think if like ants to aphids, that's what ants do. I think ants herd aphids, and then aphids, when they get scared, they secrete this sweet like substance, and then the fucking ants eat it. That's what everybody does to the Hebrew Israelites. But what's it a type and shadow of? It's a type and shadow of our Creator, of our Father, our husband. This whole time, man. The Most High has been sending the left-handed powers and the right-handed powers and the right-handed powers and the left-handed powers into the earth, orchestrating the nations, orchestrating the ages like a conductor and a symphony, and everybody else and everything else has been getting glory and praise but him. Now, he wrote the story this way. But that's coming to an end, man. It's all coming to an end. It's coming to an end, you guys. Yes, Isaiah 13:12 is very much so about us because we live on the earth. But it's true about us because it's becoming true within us concerning him. Our desire to exalt Yahweh, our desire to exalt Yahweh Shai, bro. Not just ourselves, dude. Oh, I can't wait till, Isaiah 4:1. Yeah, that's true, but it's got to be true in you concerning Yahweh Shai. You got to be you got to become those 7 women and grabbing the hold of Yahweh Shai's skirt, saying, marry me, let me be called by your name. I will wear my own clothes. I'll eat my own food. Just take away my reproach, because that is the position that we are. We need a husband, you guys. We are a widow right now. We're an orphan right now. We're fatherless. We don't have our father yet because we're still in punishment. We don't have our husband yet because we're still in punishment. Can you guys see that, bro? Isaiah 13:12 has to take place in our hearts concerning Yahweh. while Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai is working on this, man. So look at Yahweh Shai. This is a very key thing. This is Yahweh Shai is, you guys, Yahweh Shai is getting his throne. He is getting his get back. He gets to scream like a woman in travail. He gets to meet them not like a man. You got to understand, he's been standing, jumping up and down, pacing back and forth, probably breathing heavily with his fist clenched. I don't know how he expresses it. The anxiety. Very handsome, though. Very in order. Next to his father, waiting to get this throne. This is, bro, the throne of David is his. It's not ours. It's his. It's his. The temple is his. He was the one that built the temple, man. He put his blood, sweat, and tears, and he's the one that's restoring and rebuilding his temple now. His body is scarred up. The blood that was shed was his blood. He's extremely invested in this, right? And he's very, what's the word? He shares, like he says in Wisdom of Solomon. He's very, with the elect. Can I find it? I am not, is it Wisdom of Solomon? Let me try to find this real quick. It's 7 or 8. 8, let me see. Hold on. Great pleasure it is to have her friendship. Let me see. Because I know, so it's in 7, I think. All right. 13. I learned diligently. This is him. As King Solomon, the son of David, right? Dawadad. 13. I learned diligently and do communicate her liberally. I do not hide her riches. What is he saying right there? He is liberal with her treasures, with the elect, with the holy souls. He will share what his father gives him with them. He doesn't keep it to himself. He doesn't give it to everybody. He gives it to the elect, okay? For she is a treasure unto men, and these men are the elect, that never faileth, which they that use become the friends of power, being commended for the gifts that come from learning. The Most High hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet, for the things that are given me, because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom, and directeth the wise. See how it's when he speaks, man. Literal milk and honey are under his tongue. For in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also and knowledge of workmanship. For he hath given me certain knowledge. So he's going in. He's just doing his thing, right? So let's go back over here. He is about to get his throne. Oh, my gosh, bro. This is, everything has been leading up into this moment. He's about to get his throne. He's about to get his recompenses. Bro, he gets to whoop Esau's ass, man. The entire military force that has been built. He gets to cut all 7 heads off of the dragon. He gets to pull out all 10 horns. He gets to defang this motherfucker, bro. He finally gets to destroy this person that he equipped with the sword way back when he was Isaac. This is like a multi-generational age, zenith, climax, growling, busting of a nut, bro. I don't care if it sounds crazy. And then you're just humping the air like mother, standing over the person and just pumping the air with your midsection, bro. But times lightning bolts and thunders of 1,000 million times over. And so look what he's doing. Look, verse 38. Hear thou. Okay, let's go back to 37. And I beheld, and lo, as it were, a roaring lion chased out of the wood. And I saw that he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle and said, 38, hear thou, I will talk with thee, in this part right here. And the highest shall say unto thee, just stop right there. So right there, he is showing that there is a separation, but a connection between him and his Father. And as he is the face of his Father, and he is the one that's on that chariot, and it is the two-edged sword that's going to come out of his mouth and go directly into Esau and all of his armies, he is still honoring his Father in all of this, man. That is, there's a lot in this one line. And the highest shall say unto thee. There's so much code. There's so much layered. There's so much revelation. That is a dimension, right? That's a portal. Try to understand. That's a doorway, dude. There's a lot, because then you can go into wisdom. You can go into wisdom of Solomon. You can go into Song of Solomon. You can go into Proverbs, and then every time he's speaking about his Father, there's just so many layers and foundation and pillars being erected in this dimension of a line. And the highest shall say unto thee. It goes back and forth. The Most High is exalting his Son, and the Son is exalting the Most High. It's just a back and forth, like a tennis match. Just this lightning ball of fire going back between Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And the elect are all in there. We're in this, you guys, but we're getting in order. Hear thou, I will talk with thee. I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee. Can you see it? Hear thou, I, Yahweh Shai, will talk with thee, and the highest, my Father, shall say unto thee. You got two voices coming at you. You got what is his name and what is his Son's name, if thou canst tell? You see it again right here. Hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee. Now he's beginning to speak, right? 39. Art not thou it that remaineth of the four beasts? Is this your true identity? He's coming. He's like, it's an arrest warrant, bro. Your fingerprints, your DNA, your sword, everything that Esau did and said, you match the description. This is you, whom I made. I made you. You can't lie to me. I'm the one that made you. This is such a unique. You see what I'm trying to say? And so we're witnessing, we're watching Yahweh Shai do this, bro. And it's staggering. This is Yahweh. Look, again, let's go to Isaiah 16. It's this 7 women will take the skirt of one man. I will make a man more precious than gold. Those precepts are for us, but there is in those precepts, there is provision made for Yahweh Shai and for Yahweh, dude. It's just what it is, man. So look, so here we go. We have now, so over here, we have Yahweh Shai speaking because Yahweh sent him, but Yahweh Shai makes sure to include his Father. Verse 38, hear now, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee. So now we understand that this massive Son, this powerful firstborn Son of Yahweh, this mighty one in this chariot that is backed by the entire host, both right and left hand hosts, they all submit to this one. And this one says, I will speak with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee. He's saying it clearly. This is coming out of his mouth. From his position of power, this is how he's talking. This is coming out of his mouth. So that now there's no narrative. There's no lie. There's no deception. There's no confusion that whoever this is Yahweh Shai, he's constantly being exalted. He's taking his throne. He's setting the earth in order. And as he is speaking, he is making sure that as everyone is looking at him in just awestruckness and fear, that he is exalting and talking about his Father being the highest. And I'm not doing it justice, man. This is the fragrance that comes off Yahweh. This is that frankincense and myrrh. This is what you are smelling every time. It's what you're seeing. When you see him, you see the Father. Because he's constantly talking about his Father. Even though you're tripping out on his brilliance, look at this. So now we go back to 63, Isaiah. Now who's talking? This is the Father. It's probably a chair. It's probably a host, a member, a group of hosts, but they're under the power of the Spirit of Yahweh. Who is this that cometh from Edom? This is what's happening. It's the same thing, you guys. Second Esdras chapter 11 is this. And Second Esdras chapter 13 is this. It's Isaiah 63. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel. So look at this, man. So now Yahweh is asking, who is this? He's the secret that I've been speaking about this entire time, since back in the beginning. I've been talking about him this whole time in dark sayings, in proverbs, in riddles and poems, and plainly, he's all throughout prophecy. The entire spirit of prophecy is all about him. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This, and then he mentions his clothing. But why? Yahweh, he's dressed in royal, priestly, kingly apparel. Every color, every stitch, everything means something, matters. He's earned it. It's rightfully placed on him. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Dude, look what Yahweh Tazabawath is doing. This is him. He's adorning his son. He's just, and look, it goes back to here. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, man. Whew. Even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Look, he's making a man. Yahweh is making this man more precious than fine gold, because he hasn't been, but he is. And this man over here is also doing what? 38, hear thou, I will talk with thee, and the highest shall say unto me. So when people see Yahushai subduing Esau, Edom, cutting off the 7-headed dragons, the 7 heads of the dragon, pulling out all the horns of the beast, completely annihilating the armies of Esau in the power, at the same time, while he is doing this to Esau, Edom, he's exalting his father by mentioning his father, and at the same time, his father is speaking a word, releasing a vibration. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his birth. He's beautiful. He's handsome. He's altogether lovely. The way he is dressed, oh my God, this fashion he's wearing, this is what it is. Bro, this is a whole nother age. A supernatural age, the age of Jacob, the star of Jacob, rising out of Jacob. Something's happening in the universe. It's happening on the earth. Everything's completely fucking changing. This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. And then look at Yahweh take the mic. He's going to take it back because he can. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Then he goes back into Yahushai. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments? Why are your garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? What is the wine fat? It's judgment. And then look at Yahushai. I have trodden the winepress alone. He takes the mic. You guys, it's going back and forth. It's insane. And they're not Yahweh is not competing with his son. He's launching him into the just as far as you can go. Yeah, he's going up like a rocket and exploding, right? And then as Yahweh Shai is exploding in his height, he's saying something about Yahweh. And it's just, it just keeps going. I have trodden the wine press alone. Now Yahweh Shai is standing, right? He's taking it, he's sitting on his throne. I have trodden the wine press alone. And the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury. And then now look what Yahweh does. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments. He's expressing his hatred for a group of people. And I will stain my raiment. And then look at 4. But then he expresses his love for another group of people. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. Dude, it's nuts, bro. And so now who's the redeemed? Now the entire universe has to acknowledge Yahweh, because everything that Yahweh Shai is saying, because they see him, and the entire universe has to acknowledge Yahweh Shai, because everything that Yahweh is saying about Yahweh Shai, and then it goes back to Yahweh Shai, and everyone's like, what the fuck? And then Yahweh Shai like, I'm gonna fuck these people up. So now the whole universe knows that Yahweh Shai and Yahweh are fucking up a specific group of people. And then Yahweh Shai says something about another group of people. My redeemed. What? And the whole universe has to acknowledge it. It's on fucking going, you guys. And it's this. Oh, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir, because all of this happens, and then as a result, that's those 7 women, right? And in that day, 7 women shall take hold. Just get women out of your mind right now. We're talking about the elect. Hold on, bro. With all that just happened, you don't want to get married? With all that you just saw Yahweh do with Yahweh Shai, and all that you just saw Yahweh Shai do with Yahweh, and all that you just saw Yahweh and Yahweh Shai do with the wicked, and then all that you saw Yahweh Shai do concerning the redeemed, you don't want to get married? You ain't going to do this? And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, the one man, saying, we will eat our own bread. We will eat our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Nigga, you going to say that, bro. If you're an elect, you're going to get women out of your mind right now, bro. We are the comely woman. Or you would, at least you better want to be somewhere close to the vicinity of this. Look, let's get one more. Song of Solomon. His mouth is most sweet. This is Yahweh Shai speaking about the Most High, talking about the honey, the wisdom. Yea, he is altogether lovely. This is Yahweh Shai speaking about the Most High, but who's he speaking these words to? And he says, this is my beloved, and this is my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. Who are the daughters? Who are the women? Who are the 7 women? The men. The rulership, Zion, the New Jerusalem, you guys. Now, with this happening inside of all the men of Israel, because it's happening between Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, you can best believe that when you go back to this again, and Yahweh is actually doing it with the actual men of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, the actual women are going to have the same type of reaction that we are having with Yahweh Shai, you guys. It's so much more deeper than this. I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Rakakodash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, of whom I learned from. This is your brother Adah. Shalom.